Welcome to Health Coach for Women. Intentional living for more happiness and fulfillment in your everyday life with your host, Marsha Roopchand-Walker. Join Marsha as she shares her own personal wellness journey, as well as stories from our guests that will enlighten and inspire you to move towards better health and happiness. Now, here's your host, Marsha Roopchand-Walker.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Health Coach for Women, a podcast where we explore alternative solutions for better health and wellness. And I am your host, Marsha. Now, before we get started, please hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Okay, today's quote: "To become a better you, you must let go of the old self." To become a better you, you must let go of the old self. And that is by me. Okay. And so what do I mean by that? What do I mean by letting go of the old self? What I'm referring to is be willing to let go of old habits, right? Be willing to let go of the old self, of the old things that has not been serving you, and being a better person. Working on improving your habits, your self-care, whatever it is, right? Working on the habits that do not serve you, okay? Or the things or people that do not serve you. So, but basically you're more in self-reflection on focusing on self, right? How you become a better you. Let go of the old habits, old beliefs, and things like that. So that's that on that. All right, but today's topic is 11 benefits to glutathione and natural ways you can increase your levels. Okay, so that's what I'll be talking to you about. So what is glutathione? I mentioned it. You saw, I talked about it in last week's episode about glutathione, right? And what it is it's an important antioxidant, right? It's a very powerful antioxidant that our own body produces, right? It's produced in the liver. But as we age, levels can decrease, right? Levels can decrease. Or if you are taking antibiotics, if you are sick, things of that nature, different things can cause your levels to decrease your levels, okay? And so it won't be produced as frequent or naturally as it normally would, okay? So what are some of the benefits, right? What are some of the benefits of taking glutathione, or having glutathione, I should say? So we know it is a powerful antioxidant, and it helps to neutralize the free radicals from the body. And it helps to reduce oxidative stress, right? And I talked about that in the last episode. And I even showed you a little clip on Dr. Berg on what he said about glutathione, right? But it's also great for detoxification. When it comes to drugs, pollutants, and carcinogens. So even when we are exposed to toxins, remember, our body is always working to keep our body in homeostasis. It's whether we're trying to do it intentionally or not. The body is always working to keep your body healthy. It's always working for you, right? And so the things that you do and what you eat plays a role in that as well, right? So it helps in detoxifying all of the toxins and that you are exposed to. We exposed to toxins every day, right? Even in your household. I think even there was a study saying that you're more exposed to toxins in the home due to household chemicals, right? Due to household chemicals. Air pollution is also another toxin, right? The air quality, especially in heavy concentrated cities like LA, New York, Chicago, all these places where there's a condensed of people and vehicles, motor vehicles and stuff, and the emissions that it lets out into into the air, there's a lot of pollution. Glutathione helps with your immune support. It helps by supporting the immune system and the functioning of your immune cells, right? So another thing that glutathione does is help with your skin. It may help improve skin health and reduce the signs of aging, okay? It also helps with reducing inflammation, right? So far we know that it's a great antioxidant, right? Number 2, it's a great detoxifier, helping the body to detoxify, right? And it's great with immune support, being number 3. Number 4, skin health. And number 5, reducing inflammation. Number 7, neuroprotection. There's research, right? And if you look up at science, I always go by science-based evidence. And there's plenty of research on glutathione. There's research indicating that glutathione may have protective effect on brain health and may play a role in conditions like Parkinson's disease, as well as ADHD, right? Autism, different diseases. I can't think of all the names that I mentioned before. But it can help with so many different things, right? And it's also great for liver health, right? It helps support, because why do we need the liver? We know that the liver detoxifies, right? The liver is when you're on medication, and that's why, and I'm going I have notes in front of me, but there's so many thoughts and things coming to my head that I can't get it out. All right. So the liver, right, detoxifies. So when you take medication and things like that, your body is always working to detoxify. And that's why sometimes when they tell you certain meds you can't take for a long time, because it will damage the liver, right? And acetaminophen is one of those. Now, liver health, it helps support detoxification in the liver and maybe is great for liver health, right? So also not only your liver, also your heart. There are some studies that says that glutathione may help reduce the risk of heart disease, all right, by protecting against oxidative damage, right? Oxidative damage. Also, number 10, cancer prevention, okay? Cancer protection, because glutathione is such a powerful antioxidant and it holds so many antioxidant properties that studies are saying that it may play a role in reducing the risk of certain cancers. All right. Number 11 is also mood and cognitive function. There's great evidence of, again, do your own research and research on your own about glutathione. Now, there's emergent research now on glutathione and how it may influence mood as well as cognitive function. Right? Helping with, that's one of the things, depression, right? And that I wanted to mention. It also helped with depression and cognitive decline. So it can help with brain health, right? And so remember that I said that when you're on antibiotics, taking things that will destroy the bacteria, when you're on antibiotics, you know that it destroys the good and the bad bacteria, right? Which will lower your immune system, causing you to be more at risk for illness and disease, right? Because when you don't have the good bacteria in your body, it weakens your immune system. And so a perfect example is like what happened to my mom. Okay, she went in for an infection, and because they gave her the antibiotics, which to treat the infection, right? It killed good as well as the bad bacteria, which left her more exposed with a compromised immune system, causing her to contract COVID, right? Which I believe she had to get it from the hospital because she didn't have it when she came in. And she's been in the hospital ever since. And I'm negative, Okay. I'm negative. I tested myself to make sure, that I was okay. I'm negative. So, but to mention that, sidebar, mom is doing better. She's more alert, eating, and I was told she was even brushing her teeth. Okay, I had to return back home, but I will be going back to see mom. Okay, that's just an update on mom. Okay, that's an update on mom, but I want to use her as an example of how your immune system can be compromised, right? And so when that happens, her production of glutathione, of course, is decreased because now she was exposed to COVID as well as being on antibiotics, right? So I hope that gives you like a little bit of a picture of how I'm referring to when it comes to glutathione.
According to GlobeNewsWire.com, an estimated 128,000 health coaches and health educators advise and motivate clients to change bad lifestyle habits and to manage chronic conditions such as diabetes. Consumers, employers, and insurers are each now more seriously focused on improving health and being proactive. Insurance companies, doctors, and patients themselves see the critical need and demand for health coaches, as well as other integrative natural health practitioners. There is no doubt with the use of health coaches being a crucial part of the healthcare team brings added value to the client, patient, and the healthcare system overall. At Health Coach for Women, our mission to get clients to optimal health at the cellular level. We help clients manage their chronic pain, fatigue, insomnia, depression, anxiety, brain fog, diabetes, and gut health with 3 simple protocols. Once you become a client at HC4W, we take a simple test and assessment to determine a plan of action towards wellness. Schedule a call by going to healthcoachforwomen.com.
So now, what I wanted to mention to you now is to tell you how you can increase your glutathione naturally. So there's several ways that we can do this, right? We can increase our glutathione in several ways, right? What's number one? Diet, right? Having more sulfur-rich foods, right? More sulfur-rich foods. That these sulfur-rich foods contains amino acids, right, such as cysteine, and it can support and help with glutathione production. Some examples of sulfur-rich foods, right, which are some examples are garlic, onions, okay, shallots, right, cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, okay, kale is another one, cabbage, okay. So you want to make sure you have lots of fruits and vegetables, but also some other, let me go back to the sulfur-rich foods, Brussels sprouts, spinach, okra, kale, asparagus. Some protein-rich foods is another one, lean meats, if you eat meat, fish, eggs. They say some dairy products contain amino acids, like cysteine that I've mentioned, all right? And N-acetylcysteine, right? N-acetylcysteine. It is a supplement that provides a source of cysteine, and it's a component of glutathione, all right? And it's used to boost glutathione levels. So what else do we need? What else can we have? Selenium-rich foods, right? Selenium-rich foods such as Brazil nuts, sunflower seeds, brown rice are also good sources. Fruits and vegetables, like I mentioned before, right? Diet rich in vitamin C, which helps with your immune system, right? It can help protect and recycle existing glutathiones in the body. Milk thistle, right? This is an herb that comes from the plant Silybum marinatum. Don't know how to say it. I'm sorry, guys. Don't know if I'm saying it right. Had no time to look up on Google to see how to sound it out. Okay, so it comes from a plant. I'll just say that comes from a plant. All right, and it can help boost those glutathione levels. Okay, exercise. Exercise, guys. I talk about this all the time. And I myself will be going to walk today. All right. So exercise, regular physical activity, such as aerobic exercise, can help increase those glutathione levels. Another one that's important, and you guys take this for granted, right? Besides exercise, adequate sleep. How many times do I talk about adequate sleep, right? And what happens when we don't get enough sleep, right? We can wake up feeling exhausted, fatigued, foggy brain, right? So not getting enough sleep causes us to not have the proper glutathione, right? And so we need sleep. We need sleep, and it's essential for overall health, all right? And it's especially for maintaining those glutathione levels that we need. So, and that I mentioned before, and you're aware that the body eliminates toxins through the lymph, right? And in the brain, the brain eliminates toxins from the brain by the cerebral spinal fluid. So we need sleep, guys. Remember, when you're not getting enough sleep, the body is not eliminating those toxins like it should. So remember that. Remember, when you're not getting enough sleep, think about your glutathione. Think about the toxins in your body. So get enough sleep. Okay? All right. So reducing alcohol consumption. Excessive alcohol can deplete those levels of your glutathione. All right. So moderation is key. If you drink alcohol, if you consume alcohol, no judgment here, right? If you consume alcohol, moderation, right? So stress reduction. Chronic stress can reduce glutathione levels. Why? Because we know stress plays a part on the immune system, right? With the cortisol levels. So it plays a part in your immune system, right? Higher the stress, lower the immune system. Higher the stress, lower the immune system. Remember that. So you want to make sure that you minimize your stress. Minimize your stress, right? And doing things such as meditation, deep breathing, etc., and so on. Avoiding toxins. Now, how can we avoid toxins? Now, this is an interesting one. How can we avoid toxins where we're exposed to it every day? We're exposed to it every day. But we can minimize that by doing things more, having more maybe some more natural chemicals in a home. We can do maybe getting an air filter, right? A water purifier, things of that nature. This is how we can reduce toxins in the home, right? Instead of using aerosol sprays, we can try using just regular incense or diffusers, right? The natural diffusers with the oils, essential oils. That's why I love essential oils. All right. So another thing they have on the list is milk and whey protein, right? Milk and whey protein may help boost glutathione production, right? So if you drink milk and you are someone who is athletic and you take whey protein, this is what they're saying. Okay, but you can find it in other ways as well, and you can increase it in other ways as well. Turmeric, you guys know I love turmeric. Turmeric is another one. Okay, that can help you to increase the turmeric extract. Right, you can buy the fresh turmeric, grind it, right, and you can add it to your smoothies, or you can have the turmeric powder. Organic, of course. Take some of your powder, take some of your turmeric, maybe like a quarter of a teaspoon, and you can add it to your smoothie, right? With a little black pepper. This is how there's ways that we can do a lot of things, guys. There's ways that we can do a lot of things. So I just want to make sure that I covered everything. There's so many studies. Another example, as I was listening to some information on a doctor who was taking glutathione himself, And because at that time he was actually diagnosed with Parkinson's. He was actually diagnosed with Parkinson's, and he began taking glutathione. Now, this is his story, okay? And he had the shakes, the tremors, all of that, right? And actually, he is the author of, so I'm not sure if he's a doctor or not, but he holds a PhD. He is the author of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Okay, so I forgot his name. Sorry about that. I forgot his name. But he talked about the benefits of glutathione and what it did for him. Okay, he no longer has Parkinson's, right? Or shows signs of Parkinson's. He doesn't have the shakes or anything like the tremors and none of that anymore. And he contributes it to glutathione. Okay, another story was that there was a man who had Parkinson's, okay, and he had the tremors and wasn't walking. He wasn't doing well, right? And now these are people's personal story. I'm not saying this is what glutathione will do for you, but these are people's personal story of what they have experienced. But they began giving him the glutathione. And remarkably, he began talking again, and he began to show signs of improvement to help him with walking. Because, with walking, it's difficult. You become more rigid with Parkinson's. You become more rigid, and so you're not able, you may have trouble walking, right? And so this man, he was able to help him to walk again. Okay, so just do with anything, do your own research. And remember, your body produces it on its own. Okay, but there are factors that will help deplete your glutathione levels and will help decrease its producing effects of glutathione. Remember, when you're sick, when you're ill, when you're on antibiotics, okay, things of that nature. So remember that. Also with glutathione, you want to take, if you're going to take a supplement, you want the liposomal one. Okay, so you want to make sure it says that. You want to make sure you take the liposomal one when it comes to glutathione. Okay, and so I think I covered about everything on here that I wanted to cover. So just a quick recap on the benefits of it, right? Detoxify helps with detoxification, immune support, skin health, reduces inflammation, respiratory health, neuroprotection, liver health, heart health, cancer prevention, mood, and cognitive function. And some of the great ways to produce it is by having those sulfur-rich foods, such as Brussels sprouts, spinach, asparagus, shallots, garlic, onions, shallots, cruciferous vegetables such as broccoli, cauliflower, okay, cabbage is another one, lean meats, fish, eggs, dairy products can contain amino acids, which is helpful in the production of glutathione, okay, but you can get it other ways as well, which I mentioned. Also the N-acetylcysteine, which is, is a compound which provides the source of the cysteine, and it is used to help boost those glutathione levels. Selenium-rich foods, right? Foods like Brazil nuts, sunflower, brown rice, fruits and vegetables, foods containing vitamin C, vitamin E, milk thistle, exercise, right? Adequate sleep, reducing your alcohol consumption, stress reduction, avoiding toxins, right? Eliminating, reducing those toxins, right? And milk and whey protein, and turmeric. Now, I'm sure there's more, right? Because there's a bunch of studies. There's a bunch of research that you can find on the benefits of glutathione, right? And I think that's why I went ahead and I added that clip of Dr. Berg talking about glutathione, right? Just to show you that it's not just me saying something, making something up. Anything I do, right, I go by science-based evidence, okay? Anything I do, I research and I study stuff on proven effects of certain things when it comes to health and wellness. All right. So I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I was like that last week too. I don't know. It may come from, due to my concern of my mom being in a hospital. I was in a different mind frame last week. But now that I know that she's doing better, I feel better, guys. So, you love your family, you love your loved one, your mom. So I'm telling you, my stress level could have been high, right? But I maintained it. Even when a nurse had a problem just giving me some pudding for my mom to eat because she wasn't eating. Okay. She said she I don't even want to get into that of what she said, but it was just like asking her for some pudding. And she says, well, I told the PCT, the patient care technician, to get it. Like, it's too hard for you to get it. And the pantry is like right across the hall. Little things like that. But my stress level could have been really, really high, right? Causing me to act out of emotions, right? To anger me even more, my frustration, but I had to let her know how I felt. Okay. So I let her know how I felt about that. Just because you're a nurse doesn't mean you don't do patient care, right? Doesn't mean that you don't show compassion, right? Because you're a nurse, you need to show compassion, empathy, not because you're rushing to go home, okay? But anyway, I digress, okay? I'm in a better space this week than I was last week, and then I took the long drive back from New York, and yeah. So what you're seeing right now, maybe or hearing right now, is that maybe you're just a little tired. Maybe I haven't been getting enough sleep. Okay. And that could be true due to my travels. That could be true. All right. So until next time, bye for now.
If you are struggling with health issues like chronic pain, being held back by past traumas, or feeling overwhelmed and hopeless, please know there is hope. There is help. Transcendence, a woman's guide to healing and self-love for better health, happiness, and abundance, is a blueprint to help you get your life back and reclaim your health. Within its pages, you'll learn how to elevate your existence by shifting your mindset toward the positive, focusing your energy on what's really important, using gratitude to feel deep appreciation, changing your gene expression through epigenetics, building resilience, and living in a state of flow. Feeling love overflow within. Go beyond an ordinary life. Transcend. Buy it now.
Thank you so much for listening to Health Coach for Women with your host, Marsha Roopchand-Walker. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please be sure to rate, subscribe, and review on your preferred podcast listening platform. We really appreciate that effort. Until next time.